Welcome to Lake Asasumba.
The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, this is TVWAN News. I'm Jasmine Irajak.
And I'm Rex Lita. Join me for some interesting updates in sports later in the bulletin.
In this edition, student with disability continue studies at FODE. Madang's Ward 8 youths lead community policing, and Vipers snag Wabo for 2024 campaign. Papua New Guinea law and justice sector has received support from Australia since PNG's independence. The partnership's Justice Services and Stability for Development, or JSS4D program, has reached its conclusion after 8 years, and the new Australia-PNG Law and Justice Partnership will kick off in January this year. Some achievements of the JSS4D from the past 8 years include Disability Inclusive Communications Guide, developed for sector agencies to effectively communicate with people with disabilities, training FSVU officers and providing support to 49 FSV units, providing logistical support for village court inspections and audits, developing a going to court booklet for children and the construction of a new Bougainville Justice Center, and supporting the drafting of 2 bills for the ABG. The locals of Matap village in the Leron Wantoat local level government of Morbe province have recovered the body of a grade 11 boy who was buried under debris of the landslide that occurred on Friday, December the 29th, 2023. So far, it is known that 5 people are dead.
Winkeo Wengane was a student of Makam Secondary School. He was to do grade 12 this year. He was one of 5 other casualties of the Matap village landslide of December 29, 2023. His body was recovered on Sunday, December 31, a day after the disaster struck. He was laid to rest beside his late father on New Year's Day, Monday, January 1st, 2024. Late Winkeo's mother is left with the pain of losing her only child. The villagers are still digging through the debris in search of one more person. His family fear they may have to call off the search as there is just so much mud to dig through. They say they will put up a cross right above where he is believed to be buried by the landslide rubble. On Saturday, December 30, Director for the Morbe Provincial Disaster Office, Charlie Masange, told this newsroom that officers from the Provincial Disaster Office traveled to the disaster site in Matap to assess the situation. Masange told this newsroom today that tomorrow, Wednesday 3rd January, officers of the Provincial Disaster Office will travel to Matap with shelter and food supplies. Maricela Kelleton, TV1 News.
Mothers of Ward 8 in Madang Urban LLG are playing their part in the community, joining forces with the youth to combat law and order issues. Their efforts will contribute to the provincial police operation Kisimbek Hangumpanu Sain Habe.
All working this la work now helping me all mama na papa na now me bla sleep good no ga disturb na nice bla work all making.
Lucy Tandamari is one happy mother of Ward 8 DCA compound in Madang. The community policing initiative established by the Women's MULLG Council for Ward 8 has been positive. The notorious DCA compound is known for its high rate of criminal and illegal activities. In a move to minimize crime during the festive period, The Women's MULLG Council Ward 8 took the lead in crime prevention efforts by setting up community policing unit zones and getting their adolescent children to man these posts.
The group has taken the initiative to look into the matter then because the matter was right in our hands. We, the mothers, were the cause of things that we have led out to this issue.
The council is wary of eviction by authorities after a spate of gruesome killings and armed robberies across Madang throughout 2023. The women felt they should be leading crime prevention efforts as a way of taking charge of their youths who are mostly responsible for the high crime rate.
If we take the lead in somehow, we'll see we will minimize the problem, or we will eventually catch up with the problem. And as far as we have seen, we have come up to this understanding. So I would like also to thank Governor PPC for the drive in this operation. The mothers of the members of the group, Badatan Women's Group, have taken the initiative to work with our youths in the community level, because we're already on the ground and the problem and issues we know very well how to tackle it.
On New Year's Eve, boys from Pool B zone confiscated gas bottles and equipment for homebrewing and handed them over to police. There are 8 groups of youth manning the 4 zones in Ward 8. The youth have also opened up about the risks involved in carrying out this operation, but they are adamant to see change. So far, community support is unwavering. Now they want the government to step in and support this initiative so that it continues. For a start, they want their local ward member to take the lead in bringing in incentives for the youths so that the community policing initiative can continue.
Sound itu em supposed to stop. So em by talking some thinking long em. One em plan long em lo wood area long wood especially. Nila need lo electricity, nila need lo water supply. Usai bam lago.
Salome Vincent, TVWAN News.
Youth opportunities for young people at DCA Ward 8 in Madang are few, even for school leavers. Youth Representative Augustine Morrow expressed this and more while he and youth in the area participated in a community policing initiative organized by the Women's MULLG Council Ward 8.
The Community Policing Initiative is one program that youth in Ward 8 of Madang Urban LLG are leading with the support of the Women's MULLG Council Ward 8. However, those who are pushing for this initiative to continue want more opportunities for the youth, who are mostly responsible for the high crime rate, not just within DCA but Madang as well. Youth Representative Augustine Morrow expressed why youth with fewer opportunities are turning to crime.
Plenty something sa come up time inokat opportunity like one the people something inokat work. Ibla nokat work. Plenty all mangisan up now emol school leavers ya. Only got opportunity lo go moyet but only by go. Ibla time go lo all office to office lo pani malvin lo push more lo education no guy only bump mibla come back how by crime is stop this la kind of seems a contributing more crime go higher.
He highlighted the number of school leavers in 2023 and school fee struggles and what this year would entail for this group of young people who might not be able to further their education.
Plenty of come lo upla background again afford him nisla mark lo by school fee university or high school.
He believes the Women's Council in the ward has the right idea and long-term goal for the community policing initiative. He hopes the ward councillor can meet them halfway with more ideas to support the youth. SDA Church Elder Hugo Morrow spoke with the youth and shares Augustine's concern for better opportunities. He said while the church can provide spiritual support and guidance, the government's hand in simple programs like this will go a long way.
Mipla line more plan the activities about come up good plan leader inside lo community inside lo church. But mipla se sort lo financial power, financially non have. Because mipla church mipla run long on financial mipla. So mipla need him kind work bungosen. So church mipla play one play role have the spiritual side, the physical side.
Hugo also said that politics must not interfere with programs, meaning people with similar ideas must come together and implement one idea to avoid any division. Salome Vincent, TVWAN News.
St. John Ambulance reported an attack on their vehicle near Laloki along the Hiritano Highway during the New Year operation. Slingshots and metal projectiles were hurled at the vehicle late Sunday night, causing significant damage.
On New Year's Eve night, a St. John ambulance crew was dispatched to an emergency near Laloki along the Hiritano Highway when they were attacked. Spears and large rocks were hurled at the vehicle at Brown River, causing extensive damage to its left side. The dash camera footage, time-stamped 1:07 a.m., January 1st, 2024, showed the ambulance speeding along the dusty road, emergency lights lighting up the darkness, when out of nowhere, a projectile smashes into the windscreen while stones and other debris are scattered on the road. St. John Ambulance Chief Executive Officer Matt Cannon personally reviewed the damage and the dash camera footage of the attack. He expressed disgust at the cowardly actions towards personnel clearly identified as providing help. He said in this particular incident, a metal pole struck the ambulance with such force that it pierced the vehicle's metal, creating damage comparable to a gunshot. This reckless act endangered ambulance personnel, the patient on board the ambulance, but came perilously close to causing severe or even tragic injuries to one of their ambulance officers. Cannon said such malicious behavior is not only appalling, but also a stark contrast to the values of our civilized society. He expressed gratitude for the swift response and support from the National Capital District Police, who ensured the safe escort of their ambulances to the hospital from Laloki. However, he said this incident highlights the extreme dangers ambulance officers face, both day and night, as they respond to communities in need. St. John Ambulance remains committed to serving the public, but they urge a collective effort to ensure the safety and respect of those who dedicate their lives to helping others. Dame Jean Kekedo, chair of the National St. John Council, has asked the Parliament to support legislative amendments to the St. John Ambulance Act to address these dangers faced by emergency ambulance workers. Kamala Guare, TVWAN News.
This is TVWAN News. Up next, student with disability happy to continue studies with Ford.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Enjoy life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Harem talk young or roll a scale rice family meal with talk. We'll bring out the smiles cause it's a favorite by miles. Seni sigola scale rice low scale price. Seni sigola scale rice low scale price. But you like him?
Papua New Guinea. We love a reason for a family gathering. A reason to play. A reason to ignite the flame. A reason to cook the best with the best. Flame oil, now PNG made for PNG cooking. Flame oil, winning taste.
Hiya, Mama.
You wait time, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaruki, up a big smile on face. Time for kimchi and a great fumutu. Sip, sip, the mumu, yes, magic on you.
Magic, the taste PNG loves.
The Toyota JD Hiace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency and quietness, designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hiace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort and safety. Experience the ride on the Hiace bus and experience the Hiace pride, the bus that exceeds all expectations.
This season, the Bunce family are taking the ultimate risk.
There's no investors, there's no third party.
We're paying for it ourselves.
We have to find some good trade.
The stakes are high, and every decision is their own.
Time and money is everything. That's how important it is.
Hit it!
Rush, move.
It's all or nothing.
If we don't mine this year, we have no next year.
Jade Fever. All new season coming soon on Outdoor.
Back to Smith and Smith to Dombrat and Dombrat not friendly.
Oh, interception! There it is, Simone, he's going to go all the way. No one's going to stop him. Perfectly spotted, perfectly pounced.
Welcome back. 18-year-old Patrick Maiku is one of Morobe's top students. However, because he is wheelchair-bound, two secondary schools in Ley would not let him enroll in 2023. This year, however, he is looking forward to continuing his studies at the Flexible Open and Distance Education Center in Ley, saying the environment was welcoming and conducive.
18-year-old Patrick Maiku from Gulf, Morobe and Isipik garnered public support after a story about his plight was published in the media. Maiku was the dux of Milford Haven Primary School's 2022 Grade 8 batch. He reportedly scored 149 out of 150 in his national examination. Last year, two secondary schools in Ley would not let him register to continue Grade 9. Saying they lack inclusive facilities and trained educators for a wheelchair-bound student, a predicament that all persons with disabilities face nationwide. From Bugandi Secondary School, he was sent to Ley Secondary as they had ground-level classrooms that were deemed accessible.
Okay, time I come back to Ley Sec, me been come here observing like classroom and all. I'm okay, tell me. That's all. One or something, principal produces because me not like a kissing student of Bugandi. Because Bugandi, it means I school fight, kind, or every second. So, I'm not like a kissing. But me as a principal, I'm a disabled. Why for me? How for me?
Patrick said he was advised to wait while Ley Secondary sorted out its Grade 9 intakes. He waited until Term 1 ended. With the help of the media, the Department of Education was made aware of his situation. Patrick was presented with a wheelchair and given a space in the Flexible Open and Distance Education Center in Ley.
Me feel like a friendly one to me. Any needs to me or coming. Me sort of stationaries or coming. Anything or coming happen. So me think so me look at myself. Food I'm the but me the like best school to me now. So, lo mi etem, descend me like, me ba continue 9, 10, 11, 12,
In response to his story, the member for Ley and Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso directed contractors at Bugendi to build a temporary ramp to a classroom for students like Patrick. Patrick acknowledged Rosso's effort and appealed to authorities nationwide to take people with disabilities into consideration when building infrastructure. Kamala Guare, TVWAN News, Ley.
Australia is supporting PNG Power Limited to reduce power outages and provide reliable, sustainable power in PNG. In Aitape, Sundown Province and Arawa in the autonomous region of Bougainville, Australia is constructing solar plants combined with battery energy storage systems to reduce reliance on diesel and enable clean and reliable power access for communities. The two upgraded power stations are expected to be in operation in early 2024, with a pipeline of similar projects to follow. The Australian government is committed to working with PNG to improve access to reliable renewable energy solutions as part of the commitment under the PNG Electrification Partnership to help PNG meet its electrification needs. The Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations is asking the public to prepare for imminent drought, conserve water and safeguard communities to maintain food and security. This is to mitigate the continued impacts of El Nino-induced climate extremes on agriculture and food security. The Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations released a flyer during the festive season on ways for people to protect their gardens during the dry season. According to FAO, Pacific Islands located in the epicenter of El Nino, the region experiences all key climatic forms of the event. Fiji, Samoa, Palau, Papua New Guinea, the Marshall Islands and the Federate States of Micronesia can experience drier conditions. Although the drought anticipatory action for PNG is till the end of 2023, FAO are advising the communities to continue to protect gardens. 6 ways to protect gardens are 1. Action land use planning, 2. Diversify farming system, 3. Plant drought-tolerant crops, 4. Keep soil surface covered, 5. Manage water wisely, and lastly, practice fire management. FAO mentioned that PNG at high risk with drier than normal conditions already being felt, and the need to drive up anticipatory action until the end of the year is critical. The conditions in both PNG and Timor-Leste are expected to persist until this year. An additional 2.6% equity in the PNG LNG project has been finalized by Kumul Petroleum Holdings. In a media release, KPHL Managing Director Wapu Song stated that the capital raising involved local banks led by BSP Financial Group, along with international banks that combined with LNG equity marketing arrangements negotiated by Kumul Petroleum. Song noted that they paid Santos approximately $215 million as part payment, fulfilled all conditions precedent, and signed binding funding arrangements for the remainder of the transaction costs. Santos have agreed that the funding can be drawn down by the 31st of January 2024 to enable completion of the transaction. He added that the transaction has been approved by the KPHL board and NEC and then cleared by the PNG Independent Consumer and Competition Commission. The equity purchase arrangement can now proceed. It was a joyous occasion indeed for the people of Luluapo village in Gulf Province in opening a new church building on Boxing Day. After more than 2 decades of waiting for its completion, Governor for Gulf Chris Haiveta flew into Luluapo to participate in this celebration.
Members of the Luluapo United Church in Gulf Province waited 24 years to open a new church building. The 61,000 kina infrastructure is the first permanent structure to be built in all the years of Christian faith being practiced in the village. The people are thankful for the support from Kerema MP Thomas Opa and Governor Chris Haiveta, who flew into Luluapo to celebrate the occasion with locals. Rex Alex Mai, Super Minister of Tuaripi Seket, blessed the new church and named it Popo Luluapo United Church. Senior Deacon Samuel Miaya shed tears of joy. He expressed that he is fortunate to witness this ceremony while his father, Miaya Koutete, and many other Luluapo elders did not live long enough to see this important project come to fruition. The Kerema MP recalled the state of the area when he first visited Luluapo in 2016 and 2017, saying many obvious changes have happened since. He also acknowledged the unique architectural design of the building. Opa said it is this government's priority to work with local churches to bring spiritual transformation to people's lives. MP Opa presented 10,000 kina cash to the congregation chairman and project coordinator Jesse Kwae to meet other church expenses. He also made a commitment to engage a local contractor to build a new health center at Popo. He urged the Luluapo community to rekindle and reconnect with Christian values and God. Members of Sister United Churches in NCD, neighboring Mikafiru and Lelefiru villages came along to celebrate with Luluapo United Church. Even Reverend Stephen Maiva from Medeng United Church flew in for the occasion. Reverend Maiva is also the team leader of Gulf Spiritual Transformation Ministry. He is leading the work of spiritual transformation among the people of Gulf. Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
You're watching TVWAN News. We'll have news from abroad when we return. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
Right across the nation, we eat snacks crackers. Emi Trubla. All get a young planalapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one-time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Lager, Bunyamyumi.
Start your day by doing the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate. Wake up. Brush your teeth. And smile. Smile throughout your day with Colgate.
Strong like you, smart like me. I hope they don't break. Now surely look his son. This is Relaxo. Strong plus thread. Should I try them on you?
No, please. I'll take them.
Relaxo. Very strong, lasts long.
He's seen as a table legend.
That is delicious.
Join Tommy Gomes in a tasty culinary voyage.
Holy mackerel. Did I just say that? We're exploring where your quality American seafood comes from. Quality is key. The uglier the fish, the better it tastes.
Take a deep dive into America's commercial fishing culture. The Fishmonger. First and exclusive. Coming soon on Outdoor.
Rips the return down the line on the second serve. A strong way to finish. A strong way to keep France alive in this tie.
And we're back. The death toll in a series of powerful earthquakes in Japan has risen to 30, local officials said at least an hour and a half ago. The earthquake, with a preliminary magnitude of 7.5, struck Japan's west coast Monday at about 10 p.m. local time, with its epicenter on the Noto Peninsula along the Sea of Japan, according to U.S. Geological Survey data. The Japan Meteorological Agency said it measured the quake at a preliminary magnitude at 7.6, adding there had also been more 100 jolts in the region, including aftershocks. Japanese officials had issued a major tsunami warning for the peninsula and evacuation warnings in surrounding Ishikawa Prefecture. Authorities were directing the population to move to higher grounds. Prime Minister Fumio Kishida's office issued a statement telling residents to evacuate. The Gold Coast is on high alert after a slow-moving thunderstorm dumped more than 400 millimeters of rain in some parts of the region.
There's been more heavy rain in southeast Queensland again overnight, 250 mils in some parts, and the prospect is for more to come. The Bureau predicting potentially more than 350 mils of rain might fall. Now, as you can imagine, that's causing flash flooding, road closures and property damage. The State Emergency Service says 700 calls for help on the Gold Coast and the Scenic Rim in the past 24 hours. Authorities are saying for those people living in low-lying areas, they should consider evacuating to higher ground. And of course, they're again pleading with people to not enter floodwaters. Now, the risk with all of this, of course, is that it could get much worse. The already saturated ground can't absorb any more water, so the surface water runoff is likely to cause further flash flooding and further road closures. There's an alert out for potential water releases from the North Pine and Somerset dams. There's also a minor flood warning for the Brisbane River. For those people living on the Gold Coast, they have copped a battering in recent days. For most people, the power is now back on, but there are still 11,000 homes without electricity. And of course, the prospect of more heavy rain means that the cleanup task potentially gets much bigger and potentially takes a lot longer.
Researchers in Melbourne hope their new discovery could be a game changer in the fight against type 1 diabetes.
This could mean that people with diabetes may no longer need to inject insulin. Researchers from the Baker Heart and Diabetes Institute in Melbourne have figured out that these two drugs used for cancer treatment in the USA can be used to rewire cells in the pancreas to regenerate the cells that create insulin. So type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disorder where the body attacks and destroys those cells in the pancreas so that the body no longer has any insulin being made. And then type 2 diabetes is when there's an overproduction of insulin to the point where the cells that create it just get completely worn out. So the Baker Institute has published a report in the journal Nature today that shows these two drugs can harness a patient's remaining pancreatic cells to kickstart that insulin production again. And one of the lead authors, Professor Sam L. Oster, says that it can work in about 48 hours after using these drugs. And here's a little of what he had to say about the science.
The breakthrough research harnesses the patient's remaining pancreatic cells to increase the production by using influencing beta cells to modify the course of diabetes and potentially eliminate the need for round-the-clock insulin injections in some people living with type 1 diabetes.
That regeneration component is really important because there are drugs on the market at the moment that people use to help with their diabetes, one of them being Ozempic, but those drugs really just help lower blood glucose. They don't stop or reverse the destruction of those cells that create insulin in the body. The Baker Institute says that the drugs that they have discovered really will basically reverse how diabetes is presented in the body and could be a massive game changer for the 1 in 20 Australians that suffer from diabetes.
While tourism generally dries up during the Northern Territory's wet season, the fishing industry brings an unexpected boon to local businesses.
I say it like every single season, this is the best comp ever.
Lauren is one of the winners in this season of the $1 Million Fish Competition, a tourism initiative from the NT government. At the start of each wet season, 100 tagged barramundi are released into top-end waters, each worth $10,000, with $1 million fish released alongside them. In the 8 years the competition has been running, the $1 million fish has never been caught, but anglers have been guaranteed that will change this year.
We can narrow the scope to make sure that somebody will absolutely be a $1 million winner this year.
The competition is exhilarating for both anglers and businesses alike, last season bringing in $23 million from interstate alone.
It's done wonders for my brother's business, it's done wonders for the rest of the fishing industry, the amount of money that gets spent in all the stores.
Stirred everybody right up, got everyone completely frothing on catching barra, and just added this little element in there that really got people sort of motivated.
And while some fishers will be happy with just one tag, Lauren won't let up until the season is done.
Plan is to get another tag, preferably to get the $1 million.
So while you might have some fierce competition, now is the perfect time to throw a line in the water. You might just win big.
And that's it for the main news. Over to you, Rex.
Thanks, Jasmine. When we come back, Charlie Wabo signs with Vipers for the 2024 Digicel ExxonMobil Cup campaign.
Quick favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier by you like you more.
Hey, do you know that Cell Money gives you twice the Digicel credits you recharge when you top up your phone with Cell Money?
Yes, I have the good news. So now I put 3 kina in my phone. I receive 6 kina credit.
Well, that's why now I like to top up 5 kina because I receive 10 kina. And then I use my credits to call, send text, or get data.
Let's go to a Digicel store or Cell Money agent today. Deposit money in your Cell Money wallet to top up and receive the double credit.
Dial *888# to do it all with Cell Money.
Cell Money, do it all with Cell Money.
Yudo, ya hara hanina fira. Tia en suone fertiri. Che vuoi a si via tia.
You. What a waste to be API.
Peu. Neum huit arnadmat arnas yanpu. Arsiat nafirat nafitiri. Yirumti ai himat archapurat anach sunyaman.
When the dead walk, the living must fight. The Mummy returns on Rock Action.
The 2024 edition of the annual Mosby South JT Rugby Nines tournament is set for February 23rd and will run for 7 days, culminating in 4 days of finals. Tournament director Bagelo Solian said this year they are reducing the number of participating teams, including number of days. Solian said they will have 32 teams for open men, 24 for under 20 and 12 for women. So far, 23 teams have been confirmed, including 15 from host Port Moresby South Rugby League. 7 teams are from the Moresby South electorate. Registration is now open. Solian said they will reserve 10 spots for interested teams from other electorates within NCD. The tournament director explained registration fees. Teams from outside of Port Moresby South will pay 1,500 kina, while teams from within Moresby South only pay 1,000 kina, except for the 15 affiliated clubs to the Moresby South Rugby League Association who get free entry. Teams will be divided into pools, with top 2 in each pool to proceed to the Cup quarter-finals before the semi-final and grand final for open men, under 20 and women. Solian also confirmed that 100,000 is up for grabs in various categories. Charlie Wabo has been appointed the Money Plus NCDC Port Moresby Vipers head coach for the 2024 Digicel ExxonMobil Cup competition. NCD Governor Powers Parkop made this announcement at the NCD Governors Cup Grand Final on Sunday. While it was tough luck for the Bintango Goroka Lahanis, who surprisingly made the Grand Final last year, it was a homecoming for Wabo, who last steered the club to Premiership glory as a player back in 2013. The Money Plus NCD Port Moresby Vipers has been performing below expectations over the years. The club would look promising in 1 year of competition, and in the next year, they would go struggle. They would make a handful of finals appearances, but were never considered a serious contender for the cup title. Their last grand final was in 2013. In search of success, the Vipers have lured experienced coach Charlie Wabo to the club. He once played for and won the competition 11 years ago. Wabo is considered by many as one of the best coaches in the competition. He will be leading the Vipers into the 2024 Digicel ExxonMobil Cup competition with so much expectations on his shoulder. Wabo has proven himself to be a genuine coach in the competition, leading Goroka Lahanis into grand final. He did the same with the Croton Hella Wigmen. He will be looking to replicate the same result with the Vipers. The 2023 Digicel ExxonMobil Cup runners-up are yet to provide an update on Wabo's replacement. Australia will face Pakistan in the third test tomorrow at the SCG, which will be David Warner's final match before retirement from the Australian Test team.
The news that South Africa is sending a second string team to New Zealand to play 2 tests, while its stars stay at home to play a T20 series, has sent shockwaves through the cricketing community.
And every summer feels bigger than the last here in Australia, but obviously going overseas it's not the case. So in some regards, yeah, am a little bit worried at times.
Cummins has another concern closer to home as his team seeks to get a 3-0 whitewash of its Test series against Pakistan in what will be David Warner's 112th and last Test. Pakistan's captain Shan Masood says his team has plenty to play for.
At least we have the lessons in front of us. At least we've put ourselves in those positions where from there we can dominate games. So now it's about learning from them, not repeating mistakes or trying not to repeat mistakes. And hopefully if we can put in efforts like that, I'm sure that there'll be a lot of Test wins in the future. But again, it's about learning from the mistakes and making sure that when you play quality sides, you can't be making those mistakes.
There was some bitter news for David Warner, who's playing his 112th and last Test here at the SCG. He posted a video on social media saying his bag had been stolen, which contained his precious baggy green, as well as some presents for his children. Sydney's fickle weather, which has played havoc with this Test over the past few years, could yet have a part to play in this Test. But the good news is that the forecast from the Bureau of Meteorology is mainly good, with only the chance of a few brief showers later in the week.
PNG Peppers have started their training and preparation this afternoon at the Sejong Guys Indoor Complex for the Four Nations Series in Hong Kong. The team leaves PNG shores this Sunday, January 7th. Competition begins on the 10th. The PNG Peppers have retained bulk of its players from the recent Pacific Games, with only 2 debutants, Mari Leka and Wendy Lau, in the 12-women team. The team is intact. It will be putting a good challenge in the series. Jafet Tulapi is captaining the team. The team has 4 players, each in the shooting department, mid-court and defense. The PNG netball representative team will be traveling to Hong Kong on the 7th of January for the 3-day event, which will kick off on the 10th January at the Kowloon Park Sports Centre, Hong Kong. The Peppers are up against host Hong Kong, Brunei and Philippines. The Four Nations Series is a World Netball Sanction event. PNG will not be taking its games lightly. Their performance in the Pacific Games ended with a playoff for bronze medal, and their recent campaign in Singapore has the team in the great form. Team training commenced this evening at the Sejong Guys Stadium Indoor Complex. That's all we have in sports. Over to you, Jasmine.
Thank you, Rex. And now the weather forecast for the next 24 hours. Southern, isolated showers and thunderstorms becoming scattered over Gulf and inland areas of Central Province. Port Moresby partly cloudy with possible showers and thunderstorms. Momase, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Lae partly cloudy with few showers. New Guinea Islands, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms, with some areas of rain. Kokopo and Rabaul partly cloudy with possible showers and thunderstorms. Highlands, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Roka and Kundiawa partly cloudy with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Ocean forecast: Coral Sea, seas slight to moderate with east to southeast winds of 10 to 20 knots. Bismarck Sea, seas smooth to slight with east to northeast winds of 5 to 15 knots. Coastal waters forecast: waters of southern PNG, Indonesian border to Daro to Kiwai Islands, to Kerama to Yule Island, to Hood Point to Samarai Islands. Seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters. Waters of Samarai Island to Cape Vogel to eastern and western Milne Bay Islands. Seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. And that ends TV1 News. Pleasant viewing. Bye for now.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.